Hi there. What I got today is a relay or a circuit board that burned out a relay, which was this one here. I removed the relay to test it. And you could see it's all burned. When it burned out, it made a mark underneath here and blew out in a flash. So anyway, what I did was dismantle it to look inside. And here I see these points are all burned up, and it's all burned on this terminal. If you look on this one, you'll see the where the post comes through, it's burned up, and it actually burnt the little copper strip on the back. So I got a new one off the internet, and it says the same thing. The pins are in the same configuration. And so what we're going to do is install this one on here today and make sure and see if it'll work. This was about $12 or $14. Before I do that though, I want to make sure that we got about the same thing. So I'm going to use my multimeter here and check. So if I come to one terminal here and one terminal here, I got about 0.15 ohms of resistance. And if I come to the upper two, there's no contact at all, which we expected because of the burnt out points. And we're going to check the new one for the coil resistance to see if it's about the same, of which it is 0.15. So we're pretty sure that side of this thing works. And then again, we have no connection on the top. And we wouldn't expect to until we put voltage to it. So anyway, that seems to bear out as being close enough to work on that side of it. So what I'm going to do here is set this in here first of all and make sure it's there. I cleaned this thing all up first. I took a little bit of solvent ether and cleaned the dust and stuff off the board. The next thing, we're going to set it in here and see if it fits, and it's just exactly like the other one was. In order to get it to stay there, we're going to have to leave this to sit here on this little pad that it all came in with, and then get it to set fairly level. And then I'll come in here and try to get a joint to go in. So we're going to heat this up. We're going to put a little bit of solder on here. It helps for the heat transfer. We're going to heat this little pin here up. Give it a few seconds. And we'll get it to run. That one looks like it took. And so the next one we'll do is this one up here. I like to do opposite corners. So again, we're going to warm this up. And then we'll get this last one here. There it went. Okay, now this upper one's a problem, so we're going to come in and do this one just a little bit differently. Okay, because this thing was damaged here, I don't really trust it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder a wire in here to make sure that there's a good connection. Now I've tinned the wire to make it easier to solder on. that's on. And now I get to arrange the rest of this. Okay, now that we've soldered our connections in, we're going to go ahead and check this with an ohmmeter. Check our big one first. And we've got continuity there. And we got to pass the circuit there. So now we'll check this one. That has continuity. There we go. That one's good. And then we'll check this one here. And that one's good. And then we'll check across our coil. And we have 0.15 again. So all our continuities are working. All our connections are good. Okay, so to review what we did. These are the two contact pins. Go with this. For our relay. These here are our coil pins, again for our relay. And then we put the big connection here. And put a wire in and then soldered it to these connections here because this connection here was damaged. So the board should be good to go. Now we'll put it back into the case. Everything snaps in good there. And then we'll hook our connections back up for our cover. And it's ready to go back into the machine.